Yes, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My today's topic is a poem prayer, which is composed by Pirzada Ghulam Ahmad Mahjoor, who was born on 1st August 1887 in Mitrigam, Pulwama. He is known as the Bard of Kashmir or Shairi Kashmir. He has given a new style to the Kashmiri poetry. His lyrics have a great appeal as that of Haba Khatun, who was also a Kashmiri poet. So he has composed the poem Prayer. In this poem, the poet wishes and requests his Lord, puts forth his some wishes and requests before his Almighty. The author makes his own thoughts very clear by presenting them through the mouth of a baby. So the speaker of this poem is a child. The poet implores his Lord that God is his hope and trust. He has many wishes before his Almighty that God should lead him to the way of truth, and he should not want to be put in ignorance, in darkness, and wants to become a knowledgeous person, to acquire knowledge and spread it in the people and get them benefited from his knowledge. How long? Lord, you are my hope and trust. Lead me to the way of truth. How long shall I dwell in ignorance? Favor me the nectar of knowledge. Sahibo sat chamme chani, mat me aslich havatam, koot kala roz bezan, zan hund mas chavatam. The poet again requests his Lord to lend ear, to hear his wailings, his pains, his miseries, and pleas and requests, and cure him of ills and pains. He should not be ill. He should not be in a bad position. He should be healthy, joyous. Be lend ear to his wailings and please cure him of ills and pains. Be kind. He implores his Lord to be kind on him every moment in his life, and let him never feel in want. So there should not be any delay in hearing the requests and pleas of the poet. So he requests his Almighty, because Almighty is a supreme power in this world, and can give everything to a man which Almighty wishes. So we have to obey our Almighty. So accordingly, the poet is putting forth his wishes before his Almighty. So he requests his Lord to save him from sloth, infirmity and doubt, from weakness, from dizziness and from doubt. Surcharge his heart with passion, zest and hope. So his heart should be surcharged, he should be given extra amount of energy. तो मैंने वो चाहता है कि मेरे दिल को ज़्यादा ताकत दे, ताकि मैं आपकी इबादत करूं, आपकी इताअत करूं और आपकी फरमाबरदारी करूं. So in Kashmiri we can say बोझतम फरियाद जारी सोचतम दादन दवा रोजतम हर दम मेहरबान जहति परमत पावतम. Again the poet tells his Lord that he should be given those, he should sing those songs which inspire people with love, which spread love among people, which make people lovable with each other, and which, if there is any hatred between them, between their hearts, it should be removed from their hearts, and they should be equal. They should be brothers, like they should live in this world like brothers, and not have hatred of one another. So we can say, let me sing of that which inspires people with love and cause all bitterness and hatred to vanish. Yim sakın पैदा करन खलकन अंदर उल्फत लोल दूर yim सैद गश नफरत ती वनुन हेचनावतम. So again the poet requests his Lord, wake me from the first stroke flash of the sun. मुझे आप इब्तिदा से ही, मतलब बचपन से ही हिदायत में रखिए ताकि मैं आपकी इबादत करूं. तो स्टार्ट से ही, शुरू से ही मुझे आप हिदायत दीजिए. अवेक मी विद द फ्लावर्स इन द फर्स्ट स्ट्रोक ऑफ द डाउन. सो मुझे बचपन से ही होशियार रखिए ताकि मैं आपकी तालीम हासिल करूं, आपकी इबादत करूं, आपकी फरमाबरदारी करूं और लोगों के भलाई के काम करूं, ताकि लोग मुझसे फायदे हासिल करें और मेरा इस दुनिया में जो जीना है वो लोगों के फायदे के लिए हो और मेरे से लोगों को बहुत फायदा पहुंच जाए. Again the poet tells his weakness before his Almighty, that in form, in structure, he is a man. He has a body. He has a heart. He has a nose. He has all parts of body. But in substance, he is not human. He has not a human face. He has not. He is not. His character is not so good. So he should not. She should not be put to trials, to tasks, to tough tasks, because he cannot endure those tough tasks. He is not in a position to pass them, to be successful in them. So he requests his Almighty not to put him to tough tasks, because he has not so courage that he can bear those tough tests. So शक्ल छुस इंसान मगर इंसानियत निश बेखबर हावतम मत इम्तिहान यम शक्ल मत मंद छावतम. Again the poet requests his Lord that though he is deserted by people, he is forsaken by people, लोगों से वो किनारा कश हो गया है, लोगों से वो बहुत दूर चला गया है, लेकिन वो चाहता है कि मुझे इस दूरी का कोई परवाह नहीं, तो मुझे इसका कोई मतलब ऐसे ये खतरा नहीं, लेकिन जो मेरी चाहत है, what I want that I should not be deserted by my Almighty. I want to be in the shelter of my Almighty. अगर मैं लोगों से किनाराकश हो जाऊं, दूर हो जाऊं, मुझे कोई परवाह नहीं, मैं उसको बर्दाश्त कर सकता हूं, लेकिन अपने अल्लाह से, अपने लॉर्ड से I cannot desert. I do not want desert myself from my Almighty. So this is the poem. I have given you a brief summary of the poem. So in this poem, the poet has put forth his wishes, his requests before his Almighty. So we have noted that the poet has used the poetic device in this poem, simile and metaphor. Simile and metaphor. So, what is a simile? A simile is a poetic device. It's a figure of speech in which comparison is made between like things. Between like things, the words used for a simile are like and as. Like and as, all the words which are used to define a simile. So, in this poem, the poet has used in this verse, like dew, how long shall I wait for the first flash of the sun? Awake me with the flowers in the first stroke of the sun. So, this is a simile. The poet has comprised like dew. How long shall I wait for the first stroke of sun? So, like has been used in this verse. So, this is a simile. Simile, there is a comparison. What is a metaphor? Metaphor is a figure of speech in which comparison is made between unlike things, categorizing them as identical. So there is also a comparison between unlike things, but making them identical. I will give an example. She is a lioness. She is a lioness. It has a deep, in metaphor, it has a deep meaning. She is a lioness. So she is compared with a lion. So, dear students, you have understood what prayer is. I have given you a brief summary of the poem, and I have noted in this poem two poetic devices, simile and metaphor. So I have explained them and given the examples of these two devices. So I hope that you may have understood the poem and you will be able to explain this poem in your own words. So, okay, today's lesson is